Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to This is the Starcraft English commentary. We are at the finale, the last step, the last mile here. It's going to be the green mile. I hope it's going to be a yellow mile because yellow means Protoss and green means what? Means the player who is playing, right? And we're going to be having a Protoss versus Zerg final as part of finals of season 20 of 2025 of ASL. Protoss versus Zerg, Legend of the Fall coming, as Mr. McDonald has said. Soma 4-0 incoming, but I believe we're going to be having the full set here. 7 games expected. We're going to actually have 7 games today. It's going to be very, very amazing. We hope to have some amazing results. And I have a lot to share with you today. A lot of people in the crowd once again cheering. And Jury Sensei, I need your help now to translate these content. So if you are around, please go ahead and check out the comments that Jury Sensei has will eventually, I think, make at some point in the future. So go ahead and check out what those translations are. So anyways, Roaring Current is the first map. Let me just quickly tell you what the maps are going to be in today's ASL. And some girls once again in the crowd. Soma is back, but Snow is going to be the one who's going to take the crown, excuse me. Roaring Current is the first map picked by Snow. And then Dominator is the second map picked by Radion. Before I talk about the next map, let me just quickly show you the map stats so you actually know exactly what map I'm talking about. And then after Dominator, we have Radion picked by Snow. And then Polestar picked by Soma. Metropolis picked by Snow. Knockout picked by Soma. And Litmus is the final map. And actually Litmus is the worst map for Protoss, but it was not picked by anybody. So I guess these guys have prepared something specific for these two players. So we shall see how that is going to be going on. But anyways, let me just show you some other interesting thing that I have prepared for you. I have prepared a lot of stuff for you today, guys. So just wait on, just hold on, and just let me do my thing, and let me just kind of move to the things one by one. We have 12 Nexus coming out from Snow. Of course, you want to be getting ahead of the game here. 12 Nexus is going to be the way to play it, especially when the enemy is not scouting. We're going to be having 3 hatcheries coming down, but I think that the spawning pool was made already, right? So Soma is gonna want to put down the additional hatchery as soon as possible, but not able to do so for now. Anyways, okay, look at this. The current commentator has shown some interesting stuff. He has shown the colors of the players on the avatar. That's going to be a nice addition. And I also have some nice addition for you because I'm always innovating. I'm revolutionizing the game. Okay, 3 hatcheries before spawning pool. And we're going to be having 4 hatcheries actually before spawning pool, maybe. Because, no, there's going to be a spawning pool. Because this hatchery right here is off-center. So let me just show you some interesting stuff. By the way, first of all, let me show you the players' photos and the players' card, because I think you would want to all to know about it. So this is going to be Soma, and this is his player card. As you can see, his name is Park Sang-hyun. He's also known as Jab-J or SM. He was born in 1995, and he is pretty much a very young player. He's been in 9 ASL so far in the last 19 seasons, and currently he's got 3,900 ASL points. His latest best has been 2nd place, but all the way back in season 10, a long time ago, he did not play for any Casper's teams, and he's got a decent, modest amount of followers given his popularity. His ELO scores has not been great last year, but this year is a lot better, and he's consistently in the top 10 of the players. So that's him. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Soma to the scene here. And then as for Snow, we just pull up his information. So first of all, this is his photo. Excuse me, I'm gonna use the bottom side of the mini map for a little bit here. I will show you some other information. This is going to be Snow's information. Jang Yun-ju is his name. 1993 is when he's born. He's been in 17 ASL. A lot of ASLs he's been. And his best run, the last time was back in season 18. Season 8, excuse me, that was a long time ago. He used to play for CJ Entes. Back in the days, he was not so famous. And he's got a nice followers base on the social media channel, especially on YouTube with more than 100,000 subscribers. His ELO scores is insane. And I will show you, this drone will fall. The drone is about to fall, and this probe is not able to snipe it. Ooh, that is so unfortunate. If that drone was getting sniped, the game would completely changed here, by the way, guys. So that's what we have going on. One more thing I will just quickly show you before we dive into the specific. I want to show you some stats. I hope this game will go on for a while. So don't mind me. I will not be paying attention to the minimap or to the build orders of the 2 players. I'm gonna be showing you some really interesting information. So I hope that you can see it. So what can I show you? The scouting probe has been sniped. I will show you the ELO stats of the last 30 days. This is what it is, the top 10 Broodwar players. And as you can see, Flash is number 1 and Snow is number 2. So Snow is currently the best player who's participating in the ASL, right? Not counting Flash because Flash is not here. But I want to show you something else. I want to show you the the win rates in the last 30 days of the various players with Flash included as a benchmark player. Some zonies are trying to come out and apply a bit of pressure here, but I think he's not going to be able to do any kind of pressure at all. So this is gonna keep on going. And we moved up. So as you can see, Soma in the last 30 days against Protoss is 68% win rate. You can see it. And Snow against Zerg is only 56% win rate, but still alright, still very, very good. And there's going to be the Hydrodent coming out. Something else that will be very, very interesting for me to show you, because people have been saying that Soma is doing really, really well against Snow. So I picked up the head-to-head of these two players in the last 30 days. Let's see if I'm going to... Oh my god, 4 bases. 4 bases, 5 hatcheries. The head-to-head count is... Do I have it? I think I have it. Let me just quickly show it to you. Here it is. It's a little bit small, but I hope you can see it. If you have a big screen and just zoom into something, you can actually see. So in the last 30 days, how many games have these guys played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And the elo changes. As you can see, negative means that Snow has lost. This is Snow's record against Soma. So if it's negative, then he has lost that game. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, right? And he's won 1, 2, 3 times. So it's won 5 out of 8 games against Soma in the last 30 days, or maybe not really 30 days, but close, right? Last 20 days or so. But anyhow, back to this game. What are we seeing? We're going to be having a shadow moving across the map. These courses are trying to apply pressure. Okay, going for this middle base is interesting. You know what? This is something that a lot of players and a lot of viewers have been suggesting, that Protoss player on Roaring Core need to be going for this middle map. Not this map down here, because this map you will actually defend and hold it at the same time. And there it is. There's going to be Nexus coming down. Another thing that we need to think about is that Protoss players should not go for too early cannons, because you don't need that many cannons in the beginning of the game. You just need to put down a crap tons of cannons when the enemy has got the additional tech. For example, drop technologies or mutas or something like that. But anyways, one let's go 4. That's going to be a nice move here for Snow. And Snow is going to have to plan this game very specifically. He's going to try to come across the map. Looks like Lair is done. So Overlord speed or Overlord drop will be actually the next thing here. There's going to be a drop. What is it? A Reaver's going to be going for this. A Shadow's going to get sniped. The Shadow is so damaged, but still allowed to leave the area for some time here. But that was very, very close. So Snow's going to have to be very, very careful. Once again, the Corsair is going to be super careful. The game is so close and so intense. So I'm going to take this time to start to not thank my fans. I'm going to actually tell you what the people on the various social media are saying about who they're supporting. Another nice hit, but that's a dud. So lucky for Soma that we didn't have a single dude. So this is interesting. Very, very smart move. Because sometimes we've seen that the players, especially Protoss players on this map, they stick on the Reaver tech for way too long. But Snow says, you know what, I'm gonna actually start to move towards the normal ground army here. Let's see how good it's gonna be. And we're gonna be having the Spire about 40% complete. So I'm gonna say the people who are supporting who here. This guy, SCRVN from Vietnam, he's my fellow countryman. He says, you know what, Snow would cheese in game 1 and then sink deeply in regret, can't recover at all. Interesting. Don't say that, man. Simplistic says, I will be home in time. Mr. M3T4 from Poland says, Snow fighting. It would be nice if Protoss can win something again. Scout WBF says, no way Snow wins this. I think I agree. Soma's way too strong. And Zerg is just so strong in general. Anyways, this base is going to come up. And WGT Bao from France says, it will be 4-3 either way. Okay, could be a nice guess there. Dark Plasma Ball from US says, my heart says Snow, but my heart says Soma. Thanks for a nice long series either way. Roda says, about time Protoss champion and first Snow. Alright, that's enough with I guess checking what people are saying on the various social media. Let's go back to this game. We're looking at a 9-minute mark of the game and 100 supply for Soma, 100 supply for Snow and 89 for Soma. The Shadow is looking for openings, but Soma's got everything covered. There's going to be a drop on the side. He needs to do some sick shot. He's going to do a great shot. He's going to try to go for another shot. The Shadow takes another great hit. It looks like there's a group of Hydras on the right side, not engaging the battles, but now they're going to be engaging. So that's going to be it. I mean, this is what Snow needs to be doing. He needs to be making as efficiently as possible the attack, and Snow is once again making cannons his main. This is not something that I want him to be making here. He needs to be focusing on this middle map, and I'm quite sure Soma's going to be planning for mutualist and drop at the same time. He's gonna try to drop right here with Mutualist and Hydralist combined attack together. That's gonna be the only way for him to actually win this game here. There are 3 cannons. Cannon is alone is not enough. If you take this base, you need to be prepared for making a lot of cannons because it's so close towards the Zerg line. There's gonna be some Scourges looking for any kind of shuttle flying around. It looks like the shuttle might get trapped. We have 2 shuttles though. 2 shuttles quite good. And Zelle's gonna try to actually create a small diversion and making sure that Soma's gonna be forced to stay at home with his Hydras and not go for drop. But looks like this Zealot attack is going to get thwarted. There's going to be, once again, another drop coming towards the other side of the map. And there's going to be a small opening here. It looks like the Hydras have spotted the area. What is this drop? Dark Templar has been dropped in the wrong place. So it's going to be moving towards the 12 o'clock position. Double Dark Templar drop is going to create some confusion in the ranks of the enemy here. Not bad, not bad. The Shadow maybe has some High Templars or some units, and there's going to be Dark Templars arriving in the main. What is this one going to try to go? It looks like drones are running away. Only one hit so far. This other Dark Templar is going to be killing a lot of drones, so he's going to run away towards his side. He cannot escape anymore. So those Dark Templars, the only thing that they bought for Snow was time. It was not able to snipe anything, and the Shadow's going to return home. But it has bought enough time so that his new base is not yet attacked, and he's got a nice ground army. You know, I feel like in the 2025 modern era StarCraft, it's all about stalling. It's not really about doing economical damage or winning battles. It's about stalling for your next move to come. And Willingham, once again, the attack coming out. And if this game goes on like this, the fact that Snow has taken the middle base is very, very important. This is so important in the long macro game, guys, because even if he loses base later, the bases that will be remaining for Zerg to take this base right here will be very, very much very cash strapped. There will be no minerals left to mine here. Anyways, nice attack from Snow, and he's gonna have to make sure that all of his courses stay alive as much as possible. There's gonna be a ground army. Do have a Dark Archon. I think there's no Dark Archon because those double Dark Templars we use actually go for the harassment. So there are no Dark Archons here. Snow is gonna come back with what do you have? Maybe some Zealot, maybe some High Templars, and there's going to be some Lurkers on the middle map here. We're going to be having the Scourges, and the Mutuals have the +1 armor upgrade. That's quite nice. A single Corsair just running around. That's a lot of Scourges, guys. I think Soma's looking forward to go for a huge drop. I think it's a huge drop, but Snow has put the High Templars here. That High Templar need to actually go back a little bit and hide behind the cannons, not stay on the front like this. But we shall see. Yeah, that is not the right location for the High Templar to be, but the High Templar has got 2 storms ready, and there's going to be a drop. The Doom drop incoming, guys. A lot of Scourge coming across the map. Let's see how prepared is Snow. He needs to see this. He's got to see this. He's got a High Templar right there. He needs to cast a storm. He needs to cast a storm. He's not casting a storm. He's got a High Templar. He's waiting for them to actually unload. He is going to storm the cannon. The first storm is not bad. The second storm, he needs to be deployed. He's not storming. It's going to be double reavers, and all of those lurkers move forward. Everything's going to get saved up. Oh my god, winning the game on Roaring Current is going to be huge. But the next drop, is this a real drop? Is it just overlords? There's nothing inside. Now there's gonna be some stuff inside. There's gonna be some Hydras. I think all of the courses have died though, so that's gonna be very big issues here. Snow is gonna be looking forward to expand. He has saved his middle base, so that's good. Do we have a drop in the main? That's gonna be the question. I think those courses need to keep on rebuilding here from Snow, so that I can actually catch those overlords actually coming back. There's gonna be an attack against this other base. There's gonna be a few Dragoons with Sunkens on high ground. It's just enough to hold. And the Shadow is looking around, see if there's gonna be a chance to actually cast a High Templar. He might cast a High Templar. He's gonna cast a few Zealot. And he might cast a High Templar. He's casting only Zealot. Now, what is he doing exactly with his Zealot? I'm not so sure. Just buying time. Just slowing down the Hydra so that he's going to have a chance to actually come in with the courses and finish them up later. Once again, stalling tactic from Snow is quite good. But he's going to try to come out. He's got about 3 courses remaining. But now massive Mutuals may be attacking against the central base. Snow has got some Dragoons. But I'm not so sure it's going to be successful or not. Looks like Dragoons need to attack. There could be a storm. There's no Maelstrom. Dragoons are not attacking. Where are these units going? I guess they're going to try to go inside the main. There are a few cannons in the main. Dragoons are trying to return here. All the Dragoons need to start moving. And probes need to run away. It's fine because Snow has got a new base. He can actually send his probe towards a brand new base. Dragoons need to stop moving and just attack whatever is on screen here. And looks like these Mutuals will get trapped. The probes are running away. Why don't you get sent towards a new base? There's a new base right here that actually could still benefit from a lot of probes coming out. And looks like Zealots clear out all of the Hydralists. Wow, that means the courses can come in and finish up those battles. And these Mutuals are kind of trapped. They cannot find. Do we have a storm? Do we have a storm? We don't have a storm. And looks like there's going to be some shadow dropping and clearing up the Hydralists. And I think the courses want to finish up the overlords here. But the Mutuals will be returning from the other side of the map. So those courses need to run away very soon. What are these units? I think those are overlords. The game is so insane. Snow is maxed out. Soma is supply block temporarily, and Snow is not attacking. He needs to actually attack to a ground attack. I think it's going to be the moment for Snow to take out this base. But of course, beware of this top left corner of the map. This map is always about Zerg trying to secretly take that area. But Snow has got a huge ground army coming out now. So if Soma initiate a drops, his main base is going to be completely flanked. It's going to be a nice attack here. +1 weapons and +1 armor for the Protoss side. For Zerg's got +2 weapons. It's going to be a huge drop. There's 2 cannons. There's 3 cannons, 5 cannons, 2 reavers, and Hydra gets sniped right away. There's going to be an attack here. The Shadow's going to land something. He's going to, we're going to be having Corsairs attacking. The Shadow's got something. He will drop a few Zelle. He's going to be able to cast a Storm. Not bad. That Storm is able to hit some of the Hydras, but now all of the units going to be under attack here, and looks like the Corsairs cannot clear out enough here. The Protoss are trying very, very hard. We need to have a second Shadow. Snow is not attacking. He's got a big army. Need to make a decision to attack right now to trade bases. Otherwise, this base will fall. But it's fine. It's fine because actually this base has been mined for a while. This next attack is going to be very, very important. Snow is not yet attacking. He doesn't think he's got enough forces. He's got a lot of Dragoons to these. He's going to make a decision whether to attack or try to save his, his flagging ailing base here. It looks like a lot of Sun gets come out, and Snow is returning. Snow has decided he will return. This is very, very interesting. He's going to try to play the long game here, but look at the top left. This map comes up. If Snow can actually snipe, it's going to be great, but now the Zerg side has got so many air units. It's going to be very, very difficult to actually find out areas, and Snow is just hanging out here. But Snow has been allowed to mine this base for a while, so the game is not yet over for Snow because he has mined the base that actually mattered here. This is why when you put a high titulars in this middle map, you need to put a little bit back, and that's going to be very, very important. Do we have another drop coming in? We might have another drop, and for now, Snow is looking to counter any kind of potentials, any kind of drops, maybe lurker drops, maybe Mutus and combined Hydras attack. I'm not so sure exactly, but Snow army is going to try to come back here. He's got enough. How many Mutus we have? About 8. And Dragoon's going to try to look at these Mutalists and try to drive away. Not bad. There's going to be another drop. There's enough cannons. There's going to be a lot drop on high ground. Observer is here to spot. Where's the Shadow? I don't see it. There's going to be a Corsairs. He's going to try to snipe as many uses as possible. There the Corsairs. Shadow's going to drop a lot of stuff. One of the Shadow gets sniped, but that's fine. He's casting a lot of storms. He will try to clear those forces. There might be another storm coming up soon. No, he's gonna drop. He's gonna just mob into an Archon here and buy some time. Zealous is, of course, trying very hard to kill the Hydras. Looks like the Mutus is gonna try to return here, but the Corsairs are here to take the rest of the Mutus out. We have a Shadow. We have Observers. We have a lot of Zealots. So this base is temporarily safe here from Snow. He's trying the best he can possibly do here. But of course, Snow is allowed to take the bases that matter. Keep in mind that this 9 o'clock base is very, very important for Protoss because usually Zerg is allowed to take it. But if this time around Snow is allowed to take it, it's going to change the dynamic of this game. Excuse me. Mutus is going to try to help his to return, but his Corsair, he's going to see them. Yes, he see them at the last minute. He's going to fall back. He's going to wait for the Dragoon to support. Not bad. He can continuously make more Corsairs. This game is the only map in the entire map pool of ASL where you need to consistently make a lot of Corsairs, guys. The Shadow is going to be permanently positioned here to actually move forces between the low ground and the high ground, which is once again looking to go across the map. There's going to be an Archon. There could be a Storm. The Storm doesn't hit anything. The Corsairs are staying back. The Shadow, of course, with Shadow is going to be very nice. More Hydra coming across the map, and so decides, you know what, I'm going to play the long game. I will not attack your main base because I think you have too much static defenses. I'm going to say around. Let's do a quick base count here. Someone's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5. He's been mining this base for a while, guys. So someone's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. 5.5 and 6.5 is going to be better, I think, for Protoss in general, but it's going to be a huge drop, though. Huge drops incoming, and he so need to react. Remember that one game where Snow was too slow. Snow was too slow. Once again, he's too slow. He needed to be casting crazy strong, but this Zealot is not reacting on his rest of the map. What is he doing with his Zealot? And now finally they will engage, and there were lurkers, and the Shadow's going to land something, but not fast enough. He will cast only one storm. He clears a lurker, but this base is gone. Oh my god. Oh my god, you needed to react so fast, and he was not able to do this fast reaction. He's losing a lot of Shadow. His Zealots are not attacking correctly, and there's going to be more fast, and he's going to fly off with more Shadow. He needs to keep on making Shadow, and maybe make some cannons. He will cast one more Great Storm to actually eat up those Hydras that have been damaged from before, but his Corsairs have largely died. There's going to be a lot of drops now, so it's about 8 PM. Which player has the better 8 PM will win this game, guys? It's so difficult for both players to be doing this high taxing game. And does he have a second Robos or not? That's the question. If he's got a second Robos, it's going to be a lot better. Looks like Snow's got some Archon. He's still not yet there. We need to remake his cannons ASAP. And that's the sort of what is going to turn. I'm not so sure. The game is definitely not yet decided. There's going to be another drop with four units here, 4 Overlords. But there's an Archon on the high ground to support. They need to snipe the Overlord. He's gonna try to snipe the Overlord. He gets one Overlord. He's gonna try to attack the Hydra. Not bad. Shadow's gonna land some stuff here, and looks like Soma tried to snipe the Shadow, but all of these units are gonna get destroyed. They will pick up the Archons and go somewhere else. The Corsair is doing great damage. There's gonna be more drops coming on, and Soma is kind of running out of steam too. The cannons are finished, completed. There's gonna be another drop on the surface of the map, but Snow has got everything covered. He needs to react fast. He needs to hide his high templars behind the cannons. Like he's made the same mistake twice. In this middle base too, he let the high templars stay in front. He needs to keep them way back. Way back behind the cannon line, like around here on this bottom side map. That's gonna be my advice here for Snow. By the way, one of your viewers have had kind of an advice for Snow, which is always make cannons and battery all around the map. I'm not so sure if you're serious or not about that advice, but I will pass it to Snow. So Snow, if you're listening, if you are Korean but you are English also speaking, please listen to this. You need to be putting pylons and cannons all around the map. This is what one of my viewers said. It's not what I said. I don't actually approve of this advice, but it's fine. We're looking at 20 minimum now, and Soma's got how many bases? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. Once again, 6.5. If all of these bases get mined out, Protoss wins, hands down. Protoss win. A lot of Shadows gonna land here. What is he gonna try to land? High Templar is gonna cast some Storm, but he was not able to land the bulk of his High Templars. Great Storm though, but it's not Absorber. There's Absorber. There's Absorber. He's gonna cast some Great Storm. This is just trying to trade and buy time here. There could be another Storm. He's not storming yet, and all of these units gonna get destroyed. But at least this is trying to slow down the drone production. I think this game Snow will win just because of the economics, just because of the mass productionness of Protoss units, and High Templars are so cheap in terms of minerals. Once again, there's some Zealots here, and Snow is gonna just try to hang out. Can he just win without actually winning the islands? Because now he needs to be using High Templars units and trade well. I think neither players will decide to go for major battles anymore. But there's going to be a lot of sunken. What is going to be inside here? High Templars on the high ground possibly. Yeah, there's going to be some Scourges looking to do this. He will land some units here, and there's going to be an Archon to support. There's going to be a drop, but there is going to be a Storm. He's waiting for the Overlord to actually go down. He's going to try to engage, and he will cast a Storm. He's not casting a Storm with this. High Templar is going to cast one good Storm, not bad. The second Storm is going to be deployed. He will storm some random stuff. The Archon, of course, is trying to buy time here, but this drop was fell. But more importantly, it was very cost efficient. Cost efficiency is the most important thing now in this game. Snow needs to make sure the only thing he wastes are High Templars and nothing else, and try to drag the game out as much as possible. And as for Soma, I think we'll switch to Guardians. I think at some point he needs to be going to the air here with Guardians. I mean, Guardians gotta be the way to way, and Snow need to know about that. They need to actually get some Corsairs saved up. And there's the Greater Spy. I mean, this game is gonna get decided by Greater Spy, not by ground forces, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. There's gonna be more drops happening, and he's gonna try to drop towards the top left. Maybe he's moving the rest of the forces away from the map. You need to be going for massive Corsairs and Maelstrom. Maelstrom will decide this game. Observer is able to spot. He's going to try to land something here, but there's a lot of Hydras will land. He decided no, it's going to be not a good idea to land anything at all. What can he do? I guess making Maelstrom is the only way to win this game. Maelstrom and High Templar energy and massive Corsairs and batteries. Maybe my viewers has made the right advice here. So shield battery is going to be the way to win this game. But anyways, Snow is going to exhaust most of his bases. The only base that matters is this one right here. He needs to mine it out completely. He needs to make sure this base cannot get sniped at any point in the future. And there's going to be Witches trying to dive in here, but Snow is going to do a major attack. He's got some probes to be in just for the heck of it as well. He's going to try to go for the attack. At this other side of the map, he's going to land a lot of Zealot. There are no lurkers, just Hydra is going to wreck the rest of these Hydras line. Great attack here. He's going to cast a few more Storms. He's trading very well. He's destroying the Nidus Canal. The Nidus Canal is gone. Maybe he's going to come back with more forces. He's not storming anymore. He's trying to wait for the energy. I'm not so sure he's got enough energy or not. He's going to morph into an Archon here because that was a nice attack. He just to slow down the Zerg advancements, but the game is going to have to go on. He's got only one Stargate. Where are the Guardians? I don't see them morphing. Are they somewhere on this map? Where are they? These mutuals are deciding whether to morph or not because it's very costly. As you can see, Snow's got 3,500 minerals in the bank. Oh my god. And we're going to be sending the first 3 Guardians of the game. By the way, I will give you some nice stats that were just picked up before the game started here, which is that 97% of the time, the finalist wins the first game in the finals has won the entire series. That's right. The player who wins the first game in the previous 19th season of ASL has gone on to win the finals 97% of the time. Anyways, Snow is gonna make sure he's gonna cover this area, and there's gonna be a lot of Guardians. Of course, we need to have Maelstrom. We need to have Maelstrom. I mean, we need to know that this game is gonna get decided by air. What is Snow doing with his ground army? I don't know. There's a lot of Archon, and there's gonna be a lot of Guardians start to move across the map here. Snow's gonna do a major attack. This might do something. He's got some Reavers, maybe. He's gonna be careful. He need to have Observer there. The Observer is gonna try to take some shot against the Sunken. Not bad. And there are the Guardians. One Storm is deployed, but not sufficiently enough. He's gonna pull the Archon back just to buy time as much as possible. He's gonna try to go for some Reaver shot. He will wait and destroy all of the Sunkens, and this is gonna be a nice slowing down move here. But he needs to actually supply this island with some storms, and there it is. This is very cost effective because high tempers are so cheap compared to Guardians. Looks like Protoss is gonna try to decide to attack here. This is not a bad idea. Observers will not get sniped. There's a lot of Dragoons. He's gonna cast a few more storms. It doesn't actually hit any lurkers though. But looks like what is going to be Soma's response. He's going to try to turn back with his Guardians. I guess not. This base doesn't mean anything because this base doesn't have any more minerals. But Snow has run out of storms. And it's going to be surrounded from the backside. Snow needs to save his Reavers. I guess he doesn't need to save anything because all of these units are stupid. Just make sure that he can trade wells and then leave. He maybe save his shuttle. It's going to be the unit here. But looks like this entire base is gone. But he was able to trade efficiently. Snow's got 5,000 minerals in the bank. And he is still mining this area, guys. Very, very important that that base remains mineable for the longest possible. Both the players are not engaging. And we need to have Maelstrom. I think Arbiters could be nice as well. But there's going to be not enough money to actually make Arbiters. And looks like Protoss is going to move across the map. The Archon needs to fall back. This Archon is staying way too close to his enemy line. Looks like the Zerg's going to try to attack against the 9 o'clock base. Not a bad idea because this base was not mined out. This base is still mining for a while. The Shadow's going to get sniped. Now it's not responding. I think there's nothing inside the Shadow anyways, right? Yeah, the probes are running away, but it's going to be some great storm. This is great trade. This is the kind of trade that Snow need to be doing. He's going to cast a few more storms on these lurkers and the Hydras, and he's gonna back up here and maybe mob himself into a con. He's gonna afford to do that. But it's fine because as long as he can actually mine it later, it's enough. He doesn't need to make sure that he doesn't. He can go from distance mining on that map. Actually, he just makes sure that Zerg cannot mine it. That's the only important thing about that map. If that map is mined by Zerg, it's not good. Anyways, a few great storm here. Then the Archon is trying to buy some time, but the Guardian has finally get sniped. This base also will remain mineable for a long time. Snow needs to use his Dragoon to support here. A lot of Archons are coming out. And he will do a last storm, so it looks like no response from Soma. He loses the Guardian, so this base will be allowed to mine for a while. Soma need to take that base because you can see his minerals are falling fast. He doesn't have, well, both the players don't have much mining potential. What is his drop? What is Soma thinking about dropping? He cannot drop this 6 o'clock position. I think now it's going to be up to Soma to decide what to do here. So the curse of winning the first game, winning the entire final is taking a heavy toll from this player. There's going to be some distance mining by both of these players, and this is very, very important. Snow need to make sure this 9 o'clock base is not mined by Soma at all because it's all about economics. What is all this fast shuttle looking to do? I'm not so sure exactly. An observer is here to thought. There are the drones doing some distance mining. Can the observer see it? I don't know. He's looking around. He might decide to attack right now. He's got some forces. Maybe you need to actually dedicate all of the forces to attack it. Observer is gonna get sniped. Observer does get sniped, but that's fine. Snow can make more observers. It's okay. There's gonna be some hallucination. Wow, pimpest play of the game. This huge force is gonna try to come to this. Nothing here. There's gonna be some scourges, but there is some fake shadow mixed in, and looks like the scourges will not decide. They're gonna try to attack some random forces here. Will attack what? He gets some of the some hallucinated forces, but he's gonna go inside the main or what? There are some lurkers here. And looks like only a few units get deployed. There's Observer. He can clear some of the lurkers on the high ground. Not bad. Hallucinated. Are those hallucinated Archons? I'm not so sure. But there's going to be some storm. He needs to storm. He's not storming. He's using the Archon to kill the Hydras on the low ground. But he's not storming. And there's a storm. This first storm is great. He's going to slow down Soma's mineral potential here. He needs to actually slow it down as much as possible. All of these shadows going to go back and save themselves. He's going to decide to go somewhere else. But he cannot actually get there. So says, you know what? That base has been mined out. So I don't really care about it anymore. There's going to be a drop. Snow is not paying attention. He actually sniped one of the Overlord. Not bad. Where's the Observer? There's Observer. He gets all of these lurkers destroyed. He will come back with more forces. Great storm here. Another great storm. The Observer is still alive, and he will come in with a shadow to kill out the rest of the forces, and he can storm the drones on the low ground, but maybe save the energy. I think energy is very, very important. There are no drones there, so there's no need to actually snipe high temperatures. Just forget about it. Snow is not attacking the 9 o'clock position. That base is allowed to go up, which is very, very important. You don't want that base to go up and start to mine, and all of those minerals go into Soma. Anyways, that's a drop here. What is going to be the response? The Tom is about to cast a great storm. There's going to be another great one here to trade officially. Not bad, not bad. Can Soma make some Guardians to clear out these forces? I'm not so sure, but this mine is completely, the 6 o'clock base is completely mined out already, which means that There's gonna be no chance for efficient dropping on that map. If someone's able to take that map, it actually will cost him more than actually gain him. There's a lot of forces trying to hold out here. Someone says, I'm gonna allow you not to mine this base, but the 9 o'clock position is the most important base, I think. You need to make sure Zerg cannot mine it, because Snow can never mine this 3 o'clock base. Never. He can stop the Zerg from mining it, but he can never take it himself. I think not. But it's gonna be a major attack now. I think Snow's decided it's gonna be the moment to attack. Observer needs to return it to see 900 minerals, and he's not casting storm. He's got some shadow. He's gonna have to have Observer to spot this area. He's waiting for the Observer. He's waiting patiently. A lot of lurkers are deployed. I think Snow can decide to attack on the front side as well, not only on the back side. He can also attack on the front side and maybe to try to come from both angles. But now we're gonna be having a nice engagement here. Snow is waiting for what? Maybe he's waiting for observers. He's decided to hold that area. He's gonna cast some storms here. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of scourges to support, and all the units are gonna try to come back. But keep in mind, observers actually have speed as well, so they're quite fast. But both the players gonna be running out of minerals, and who's gonna be the better? What is the better economics? I think this entire time Zerg has been okay. We're gonna be having guardians for sure. So someone's gonna morph some guardians here to make those forces at the 3 o'clock position completely wasted. Oh, he's gonna try to dive in here, and it's gonna snipe some high templars. He will get a few high templars destroyed, but look at those mutants. They're so damaged. They are so damaged, and Snow's gonna hold this. He still has one or few more storms to actually deploy. What is Snow's plan? They are the guardians because they're damaged as hell already. So actually, there's no need for them to actually be used as mutants anymore. Snow has officially mined out. I think he's definitely mined out. He's gonna cast some storm now. Nice storm. There's no lurker redeployment. Those lurkers will die very quickly. Great storm once again, and Snow needs to storm any unit reinforcement from the right side. Great attack once again. Great trades. Another great trade. Hydras are losing like this base is not worth Soma's efforts. Soma can retreat now. He's losing way too many Hydras, but he's able to actually attack and kill out the rest of this frosted. There could be a few more storms. He is not storming. Soma's not returning. Soma is not returning. Oh my god, he's lost easily something like 30 to 40 Hydras in that attack here. And that's terrible. There's going to be more forces coming out, but it looks like Snow is running out of gas. What is up with gas? The gas count for Snow, not very high gas potential for Snow at all. And I think the game is slowly coming out of the grips here. It's not very good. There's going to be a few more storms. Not bad. And all those Hydras have been destroyed. The Shadows are going to get destroyed as well. But this base will not allow to mine. Snow need to send all of his forces here. He need to make some Maelstrom units. And he need to start to do some distance mining. Any amount of minerals is very important. Soma is also running out of minerals. Keep that in mind. All of this Zelle is going to destroy, and those guardians will start to move towards the other side of the map. Of course, Snow will have evacuated all of those forces, but he need to actually go for distance mining now. He is sending for some forces for the distance mining, which is great. He cleared out the rest of these eggs, but now Soma with his guardians is going to be very good. I think Maelstrom should have been deployed a long time ago. Maelstrom and possibly mind control. If you can mind control one guardian, right? Because for sure it's gonna be impossible for Zerg to snipe an Archon. It's so difficult to snipe a Dark Archon. But you can actually mind control something, and that's gonna be a lot better. But anyways, looks like Zerg's coming across the map, and distance minings will be hard hit. All of this probes will get attacked by the Hydras. Actually, it's gonna be good for that Nexus to fall, because that Nexus is way too far anyways. One more Shadow is going to get destroyed, and what is going to be the plan here? Looks like a lot of Shadows going to come across the map, and Snow has got a lot of minerals, but doesn't have enough gas, but he's doing some great storming. You need to make sure he stormed the Guardians, not the Hydras. Hydras are not important. He might cast a few more storms. This is going to... Okay, that is going to great attack. He needs to storm one more. He needs to storm one more. That big clump of Guardians, he's not storming it. He's moving across. He needs to find a weak group of mobs. He storms a few more, get a few more units, and those Guardians are still alive. But the Archons are falling fast. Snow need to fall back and wait for the support of his army or something like that. It's going to be some great storm, but it's not enough. I think those two lurkers are still alive. There are no observers, and Snow might be running out of forces. He still have a few minerals remaining, but he's doing distance mining. Keep that in mind. And so it's GG. This game will get a 4-star from me. Thanks for watching. And if you did like to discuss, it was great time of your time. Please do in the environment. It's going to be. Bye bye.